everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, if you just so happen to be joining me for the very first time, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Donella and this is my world of beauty here on YouTube. Yes, now I know I have not been here for some time. I did record a couple of videos we're in February now. Oh, so it's February. Let me just say before I begin rambling on, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Happy Black History Month, and of course Happy Valentine's Day. I did record some videos but they never made it on my channel. Everything just got really busy, and as I always say in previous videos, progress is linear, so forgive me. I'm going to definitely try to do better this year. When it comes down to the last leg, I get extremely busy, and I did film but they just never made it on here, and that's actually not good. So I am just saying it right now that my goal for this year is to do better when it comes to the last leg of this year, which means December of 2024. I'm definitely going to be uploading the videos that I actually film. So without further ado, let's get into this week's video. Yeah, so we all know, you already know it. I'm wearing my red. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there, all the persons who believe in love, all the romantics, all the persons who are expecting to be in love by the end of this year. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Even if you just want to celebrate yourself, if you want to dress up, you want to go out to have a good time by yourself, if you're single, still happy Valentine's Day to you. Baby girl, we have to celebrate ourselves each and every day because we don't know how long we have it here. So we are blessed to actually have made it this far in 2024. So let's just give thanks and let us continue to celebrate ourselves and be happy and give thanks for life. All right, with that being said, let's get into this tutorial. Just zooming a little bit closer on my face. Of course, you guys already know my favorite primer, the Makeup Hydrop Grip primer. And I'm just going to go in real quick. We're gonna run through the complexion routine real quick because I don't want to spend too much time on the skin. I already have my eyebrows sculpted, and of course I prepped my skin before I came in front of the camera. Going to be a late evening nighttime look because I assume everybody will be going out for their Valentine, self-care, love, couples dinner, whatever you want to call it, in the evening after work, right? Okay, so we're basically creating a nighttime look. So we want to make sure that we pay attention to skincare. Always make sure that you pay attention to skincare before you begin to apply your makeup. Be sure to also prime your skin. So I've done a little switch, and I'm going to go in with this rather than the Rare Beauty Positive Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I really have to do maybe like some sort of review on that because I'm not really sure, and whenever I'm doing these type of tutorials I prefer to use something that I'm familiar with. So I'm going in with the I Am Magic foundation from Juvias place. This one is in the shade Rubber. I can't see the name, I'm sorry. But this is the one that I would have used before in previous videos. Whenever I use it, it's the same shade. I just can't remember the name of the shade. I'll probably put it down in the description box once I remember. Like once I find a video that I've used it in before, I'll link the name of it down in the description box, sorry. So I normally use just this much because this baby is thick. She got some body. She is a thick girl. So I normally don't really go in with too much. So I'm just going to go in and lightly tap that on this side of my face. Let me get a hand mirror. I like to use this mirror here. This is an oldie but goodie eyeshadow palette. This one is from TooFaced. I don't know if you remember the chocolate, what is it called? Chocolate gold eyeshadow palette from TooFaced. Yeah, this is a goldie. But I like the mirror on this, so I like to take it up every now and then and just use it because I had about 3 standing and hand mirrors, that's 6 in total, and they all break. These ones that are inside the eyeshadow palettes seem to last a little bit longer, so maybe I should just stick to using these for now. Right after that, I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I like to use a hydrating concealer whenever I use this foundation because she's thick but she also dries on really matte. It does, like, if you're familiar with this foundation, it does have a bit of transfer. so it's not too bad, but it does have a bit of transfer. So I like to go in with a hydrating concealer, just because the Hydro Grip primer and the fact that this is a matte foundation, I like to just put a little bit of hydration underneath my eyes. So this is the e.l.f. hydrating camo concealer. This one is in the shade Deep Chestnut, right? Yeah, Deep Chestnut. I'm to go in with that real quick and just hit the areas where I want to highlight. So right after that, I just give it maybe like 30 seconds and then I start spreading it. I normally like to just spread my concealer by starting from here and then pushing it underneath my eye, because that for me, that prevents the concealer from cracking and just having way too much product underneath my eye. And then you see now sort of things going wrong when you set it. That's just my personal preference. You don't necessarily have to do what I do. That's my personal preference. I kind of like to just warm it up and spread it out underneath here and then push up the excess right underneath my eye and then spread it. That's just my personal preference. So just to explain, the reason why I go in after 30 seconds when I use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer is really because this concealer has a habit of just drying down on me, especially when I'm filming. She just likes to just dry out on me. Okay, what I forgot to do was to conceal the darkness underneath my eye. So I'm going to go in with my Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. This baby is amazing, especially if you're a full coverage girl and you like full coverage stuff. Yes, I know when you peep on the internet and you Google it, you're gonna frighten, the price gonna frighten you, but trust me, it only takes like a little bit. Like I got this sometime late last year, and as you can see, it's still full because it has some body, so you don't necessarily need a little bit. Like I only need this bit, and I'm just going to spread it underneath the areas where I'm trying to cover the darkness underneath my eyes. It's actually supposed to be in reverse, where this is supposed to be underneath and the concealer, the e.l.f. concealer on the top. But I'm going to work a little magic here and see how this works out, if it's going to look good. Let's move on to setting everything in place. Okay, so for this look, because it's going to be an evening look, I don't necessarily want to have a super bright highlight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with a new Fenty shade that I haven't tried yet, but I've been eyeing for some time, and it is the shade Nutmeg. You know, this is going to show the word in reverse because beyond camera, so it's going to show it's going to give you the mirror effect where it doesn't show. But this is the shade Nutmeg, and I've been eyeing Nutmeg for some time now. I wanted to use Nutmeg, this is Fenty, for some time. I'm wondering if it's going to be too dark to set my under eye. You know what, baby girl, you know what, it's looking a little bit too dark. Let's switch it up. Let's go back to honey. This is a Valentine's Day makeup tutorial, so I don't want to really do too much experimenting. I know what I want to do with the Nutmeg, but I just feel like it's going to be a little bit too dark for this look. So I'll use it in another tutorial. So let's go back to honey, the honey that we love. Or we can just gonna toss some of this over in here and set the under eye. This one is a brand new one, so you know, normally when it's this full, it takes a little knock here and there to get it to come out, but she's out now, and I'm just going to set the areas where I would have applied the concealer, and I'm going to go in slightly heavier than I normally would. That's because I'm going to leave this on my face to bake for a little bit. I know you guys know I don't normally bake, but because this is going to be a special occasion, we want to have a little bit extra extraness going on our face, so I'm going to leave it on my face to bake. Add some right here, and then we're going to add some right here as well. Make sure we hit all the areas that we need to hit, especially paying close attention to right underneath your eyes, making sure that powder hit the areas that you want it to hit, so it sets the concealer so there's no creasing and whatnot while you're out on your dates and you're talking and you're you don't have to be worrying if your under eye concealer is creasing because you ain't pressed the powder in properly, girl. Okay, let's move on to creating a very simple eye look, because I believe the most prominent factor, because you know it's a date, it's a romantic night, should be your lips. So we want the focus to be on the eyes, because the eyes are supposed to be, you know, pulling in that romantic connection. But we also want to make sure that when you're speaking, girl, when you're speaking, he is paying attention to those lip movements. Okay, girl? Okay, girl. All right then. Now we're on the same page. I'm just going to use. I just use my TooFaced multi-use sculpting concealer. This one is in the shade Chestnut. The consistency of these concealers. So I'm just going to use that to prime my eyelid, and I'm going to be using the same e.l.f. sponge. By the way, this is the e.l.f. sponge, to just spread the concealer over my lid. Just like that. After that, we're going to just go straight into creating the eye look. I just got this OFRA. Let me just make sure this focus, baby, focus. Okay, I just got this OFRA Cosmetics signature palette, this Luxe signature palette, right? And these are all the gorgeous colors that are inside. It's more so on the neutral side, because you guys know I'm a neutral girl. Like, my eyes, every now and then I put up a little bit of color, but yeah. This is my cup of tea, neutrals. But I also want to incorporate some of the colors from this McGrath eyeshadow palette. I'm wondering if I can play up with some of these like browns and gold colors. Like, I'm thinking of maybe trying incorporating maybe one of these. But we'll see how it goes. I don't necessarily have anything planned. I'm just going with the flow. So I'm gonna start off with the OFRA palette. Ooh, I like the fact that it has this whole covering. I didn't even know. I thought it was just a piece of plastic, but it actually has a whole full-on rectangular shape thing that covers the entire thing to protect the shadow. That's cool. Maybe all makeup brands need to do that. That's a good idea, OFRA. Thank you for that, because you know I'd be breaking things. Okay, so I'm going to go in first with this very deep brown shade. I love this deep brown shade. Does it have a color? Oh, it's called eyeshadow brown. Ooh, cute. Just make sure I saturate my blending brush with it, and I'm just going to go in and tap that right into the crease of my eyes. It's not as intense as I thought it was going to be. To me, it's looking a little bit, you know, it's not as bright, but I think maybe I can play up with it and maybe intensify it a little bit more. Maybe if I pack on some more. Okay, she's starting to get some body. Okay. I think I got a little body from her. Okay, all right. I'm just going to create, I'm just going to apply, the same eyeshadow on the other eye, making sure I pay close attention to the crease. So make sure that we have this color right in there. You know what? I'm thinking that I probably won't need the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. Let me not talk too fast. Maybe I just might need it, but I'm just building up this color because this is a really pretty brown, and I really want to build up the color. It's a nighttime look, so it's okay if I go a little bit more intense with the brown. And it's called eyeshadow brown. So it literally lists what everything is. So it's telling you that this is an eyeshadow, this is an eyeshadow, this is a highlighter, this one is an eyeshadow, and this one is an eyeshadow. Okay, cool. So you just letting you know, baby, these are eyeshadows and this is a highlight. Okay. So it's not called eyeshadow brown, it's just called brown. Okay, so I did go into my Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadow palette. I went into this one. It's called Smoked Amethyst. Is it Smoked Amethyst? I think so. I don't know, but the name of the colors are on the back, and sometimes it's hard to just follow because it's just like, do I have this in the correct order? So this is the shade right here. I thought it was actually really pretty, so I decided to just add some of it with this eyeshadow brush, and I thought it was really cute. I think it blends really well with the brown. So I actually pat it on like this, and then I dragged it downwards in stroking motions, just so that the brown and this very pretty color just blends well. So it looks like the chocolate is just coming out of this, the chocolate brown is coming out of this shimmery color. But I want to go back to the OFRA palette once again, and I want to add this very cute color that says Divine. Let's just see if it's going to look any different in terms of it's like a very bronzy gold type of color. Let me see how that looks. if I apply just a little bit over that same shimmery color. So let me just add it to the brush, and I'm just going to add this a little bit like right here. Okay, I'm liking it, I'm digging it. Okay, there we go. Alright, I like it. I like it. Move on to just finishing the eyes real quick. We're just going to add the liner in my waterline, some mascara, lashes. We're just going to run through this real quick. I'm trying not to make these videos extremely long because it is a tutorial, and if you're watching this on the night that you're getting ready for Valentine's Day, I don't want to keep you back for much longer than you're supposed to be getting ready. Okay, so I'm just going to add this jumbo black pencil to my waterline. I prefer to use jumbo pencils just because I tend to poke myself in the eyes. So not that I don't use these regular pencils, but I find that I have better control when I use a jumbo pencil. Okay, so I'm just going to add some mascara to pull these lashes out. Ooh, where is my mirror? Okay. Just going to add some mascara to pull these lashes out for when we're applying our lashes so we can find them. I have basically non-existent lashes, so this is a step I cannot skip. Now normally I do my bottom lashes while I'm doing this, but I realize over time as I continue doing my makeup that it's probably better for me to do that after I would have applied the second coat of translucent powder underneath my eyes. If you've been watching my channel for some time, you know I always go in with two. There is honey first and then banana. So I'm going to go in with banana afterwards. I'm just going to pop my lashes on and all that afterwards, and then I'm going to go in with banana as a second, just to brighten up under the eyes a little bit. You know, it's a date night, you want to look real cute. Now that we have our lashes on, let me go in with my second coat of translucent powder, which is the shade banana. Ooh, the shade banana. And whenever you're adding a lash, if you're going to be wearing false lashes, try not to go in with a lash that's just too much. Try to go into with something that's a little bit more. It has length, but it's not too much at once. You know, something like this. I always wear these lashes from Kiss, iEnvy by Kiss, and I'm going to list that down in the description box as well for those of you who might be curious as to what type of lashes I wear. I always wear these lashes from Kiss, and I've just been riding with them for some years now. I just feel like the brand has been doing really, really well, and these lashes actually can last you for like a month. I'm wearing some old lashes that I would have used in my last couple of tutorials, so these ones aren't actually like brand new, but it's the same number, same shape. So I do believe I normally list it down in the description box. So it's the same lash, so if you keep seeing the same thing over and over again, I just buy them in packs and I just use the same lash all the time. So you're always going to see, unless, you know, by some miracle I happen to want to try a different type of lash, it's always going to be the same iEnvy lash that I use all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to pay attention to my bottom lashes. Now for those of you who probably might drop down after you Google the price of this, is the let me turn this way. This is the Lancome Cis Booster XXL. It is a lash primer. I normally use this on my bottom lashes just to keep myself. Why am I covering my mouth? What going on here? I normally use this just to pull out my bottom lashes, just because I want my eyes to look like really flirty, and I don't necessarily have a lot of lashes to work with. So this, yes, it costs a little change, but it actually works for me. I've tried a number of them, you know, all these different brands, but this one just hits different. This one actually does what it needs to do. It pulls them out. It gives me fullness, volume, whatever you want to call it, and it just makes my eyes look real fluttery and delicious. Like, I love it. Yes, delicious. That is a descriptive word you can use for your lashes. Okay. Do you find out something there? Okay. All right. So I'm just going to turn to this side so you guys can actually see, right, what it's doing to my lashes. Like, it's literally just pulling them out. Oh yeah, baby. Just look at that. My lashes were pretty much non-existent, and just a coat of this primer, and baby, I see me put the primer on my pupil. Yeah, this is what happens whenever I talk while doing this. It happens every single time, so I try not to talk when I'm doing it, So let me just be quiet now. And I'm going in also with a Lancome mascara. This is the Monsieur Big from Lancome. Yeah, this baby also gives it just adds even more volume, because the two of them work hand in hand. If you buy them, there is an option for you to buy both of them together. After I've done that, this is completely optional. I like to go in with a liquid liner and just place a nice thin line. It depends. Sometimes I like it thin, sometimes I like it thick. I just like to place a liquid liner just right above the lash line and my natural lash, my lash line, and the lash line of the actual false lash. That's why I like to apply this a little bit. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. This one, actually, there's another one from Rimmel London that I was trying to use, but I can't find her right now. I can't see anything in that drawer because everything just looks black. So I just grabbed the one that my hand, whatever my hand grab is what I'm using right now. But I show the thing just there, stand up and watch me and saying, yeah, you can't see me here, right here in front of you. But I just like to just do this. For me, because of the shape of my eye, I just feels like it accentuates my eye even more. My personal preference, you don't have to do this, you can just skip this step. Okay girls, so now that we've done that, we gotta go add some nice contour and stuff to our face. So you guys know, I've been loving this. Oh, did I drop this? Why is it peeling? I've been loving this Danessa Myrick's Yummy Skin Balm Powder. This one is in the shade number 10. I've been loving doing, like, if you're going out on a date and you don't want to look too overdone, you don't want to look too matte, especially since I applied that Juvias Place foundation. I like to go back in with anything that adds a little bit more of hydration and moisture to the skin, anything that adds a little bit of that. And this Yummy Skin Balming Powder does that. It does not have that dry down effect, like it doesn't have that matte finish like regular contour powders. It has a really nice skin-like finish, so I like to go in with that on special occasions, you know, when I know I'm going to be out for quite some time and I just want my skin to look luscious. In the areas where I would have hit this, like the areas where I apply this, this is a really good investment, and I've had this for some months now, and yeah baby, she's doing some great. To go in with just a tad bit of my Fenty bronzer. I like to add just a little bit of bronzer, that's just me, and I'm going to go in using the same brush because I want them to actually mix. This, once again, this is just my personal preference. I just like to mix the two of them so that when my natural skin oils kind of mix with them, I love to see the sexiness of it. That's just me. That's just me. So we are almost at the end now. I'm trying to cut this video, so I've already went ahead and applied my brown lip liner. This one is, I think this one is just like a regular generic brown lip liner. I don't necessarily even know if it has like a special name or anything like that, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit more. This Fenty MVP red liquid lipstick. I'm going to go in with this because I think this is a gorgeous red. Well, I love to see this on me personally. I think this is a gorgeous red. This by itself looks absolutely gorgeous, but if you're one of those girls who like a little bit more shimmer on your lip, you can opt to just put a little bit of clear lip gloss over it. But I'm actually going to be using this lip tap from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, OCC for short. And I'm just going to add, this is a very, very bright red as well. I'm just going to add just a tad bit of this over my Fenty. I'm pray to God that it doesn't move, but this is just for the girls that just want to amp it up just a little bit more. You can use a clear lip gloss, or you can do like me if you have something like this. Just add a little bit of shimmer. One thing I have to mention, right, like if you're familiar with OCC lip tars, you know that they tend to do just a tad bit of bleeding, which is why I would have applied the Fenty Fenty MVP liquid lipstick first, because for me, in my personal experience with it, the Fenty kind of helps to kind of hold back some of the bleeding. So you don't know, bleeding is when, you know, the lipstick start running down in the areas that you don't want it to run down. That's what we call it. We call it bleeding. So if you're not comfortable with a red lip, that's completely fine. You can opt to using just, you know, regular lip gloss on its own, or maybe a completely neutral lip, that's also another option. I love red lipstick, so I definitely had to put red lipstick on. And the final step, of course, we're going to be adding, by the way, I did already, did I apply highlight? Girl, wait, we ain't at the final step yet. We ain't applying no highlight. What is that? And why is my voice this high pitch? I sound like Kevin had steps. I did actually go ahead and apply, I did actually went in and applied blush highlights. I used this shade from the McGrath Labs palette, this shade right here, which is like it's like a really rich reddish maroonish shade, but once I apply the highlight in it, it's really not too intense. It just has to do with how much you just have to have control over the brush when you're applying like really shimmery colors like these. I always go in and use certain eyeshadows as blush when I just like to just play up with, I like to go in with certain colors and use them as blush, just because I feel like there are certain eyeshadows that can be used as blush, that can be used as a blush. So the final step, of course, is setting everything in place. I recommend this baby right here, this Hydro Grip settings. Is it setting spray? This Hydro Grip set and refresher spray from Milk Makeup. It works wonders. You guys know I normally go in with a different setting spray, but I recommend using this on this occasion just because this actually helps with transfer. It keeps your makeup in place for however long you want it to keep it in place. And I'm telling you now, because as you can see, it's just something that I use quite often. It really helps with transfer. Now if you're watching this video and you're getting ready to go out tonight and you don't have this setting spray, try to use something that is going to help with transfer. You don't know how long you're going to be out, and when things start to get you know, you want your makeup to be at the man clothes, so use something that's going to help with the transfer. Okay, so I'm just going to go in, shake this up a little bit, and just go in real quick and just allow this to dry down. Make sure that you allow it to dry down and let everything set in place. Girl, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna pull back my braids because I don't want my braids to mess up my makeup. Right, ladies, gents, boys, girls, honorable judges, distinguished guests. I don't know why I'm talking like it on stage, but this is a completed look. I just threw in some earrings because, you know, I'm a little bit, you know, I'm wearing my red too. I think, yeah, I'm wearing my red top too. I'm ready for Valentine's Day, whatever the night brings my way. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping that you did enjoy this tutorial. If you are going out tonight, be safe, have fun, eat lots of chocolate on me, and I can't eat none right now. Eat lots of chocolate, drink lots of wine, champagne, whatever it is, whatever your heart desires. Have fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon on my next video. Bye bye.